Inspired by a recent discussion I had with Dana Jones from the Pain-Free Athlete podcast, and for Mate's recent book, The Myth of Normal, I've been trying to engage more regularly into uncomfortable but essential self-reflection, especially when I'm noticing pain in my body that I think is perhaps above a normal, usual or expected amount. We've been trekking up to somewhere called the Sum Valley, right on the Tibetan border. And when you're trekking in Nepal, you're not just trekking 500 meters down and then all the way up to the top. It's this constant undulation of up and down, hundreds of meters at the time. You think you're going to arrive and then you've got 1,000 meters to go down and then back up again. We went to the Tibetan border, we went to the Sum Valley to go and find the Tibetan people. The Tibetan people follow a certain type of Buddhism, and we were hoping to learn some lessons while we were there from the people along the way. And we have a wonderful interview with a Tibetan Buddhist monk that's going to come up soon. So we're trekking on this hike one day, and we're going up a very steep incline. And I realized something was happening. When I was at the back of the queue of people, and I could see the other people trekking I was with in front of me, I had so much pain in my legs. And then a little further on, incline the same, when I was at the front of the queue, I had very little pain in my legs, other than the expected ache of walking. I thought this is a really good opportunity for some reflection and action. Why on the same piece of incline would I have so much pain when I could see people in front of me, and then almost no pain when there were people behind me? I tried to sit with the sensation and just notice what happened. And a memory came up for me. It was shame. I was thinking about when I was in school, and it was the school sports days, and always inevitably not being the fittest child, I came in last, repeatedly, year after year after year. And there was this real embarrassment inside me and shame of, I'm the last one again. And I think when I was younger, I'd created this story in my head of, you shouldn't exercise with other people. You shouldn't do sport with other people because you're going to let other people down. My young brain had created this story because it was an easy way to help me manage that discomfort. And I think that that inner child was coming out when I'm doing this group activity. I tried to speak to that inner child when we were trekking. I tried to tell her it's okay, you're safe now. Everybody here wants to trek with you. You're having a good time. No one's judging you. Lots of self-soothing practices to tell her that the pain she's unfortunately building within me, the message she's trying to give me that I shouldn't be here, is not a factual message. It was really helpful to talk to her that day and to help find some peace in those feelings. Later on that day in the evening, I journaled about it. I tried to work through those feelings and sit again more with the sensations of discomfort in my legs. The next day when I was trekking, it was an incredible thing that had happened. The pain in my legs very much went down to a normal, expected amount. Yes, there was aching for sure, but it didn't feel like there was a previous pattern, a neurological pattern going on at the same time, increasing the normal expected amount of discomfort. There was physiological discomfort, not the discomfort of a unconscious nerve pathway happening at the same time in the background. I was really proud of myself for that change that I'd made. And it highlighted to me how important it is that we have a really good awareness of the sensations in our body. I had this discussion with Fiona in an interview that we'd done, and she talked about when she had chronic fatigue, learning the difference between the daily expected amount of fatigue someone has and the fatigue someone has from chronic fatigue, and her learning the difference in her body so that she could separate the two apart. I think it's really important that we look inside ourselves and reflect when we have these unconscious nerve pathways going on in the background that can lead to pain and fatigue. We expect in life that there's this amount of discomfort that we are going to have. You climb up a mountain to meet Tibetan Buddhist monks. Tibetan Buddhist monks, you're going to feel tired. But if we've got these unconscious nerve pathways going on in the background that's adding layers of shame and pain, it's going to be a lot more than that on top. So I learned a huge lesson on this trek about myself, about things that I wasn't aware that was going on. Because if I'd have just left it unreflected on, if I'd have just left those nerve pathways doing what they were doing, I wasn't going to learn from them. They would just carry on, and I'd have no idea what was going on. I'm aware now, and I've learnt, and I'm going to keep trying to do it and find an awareness of things that I'm ready to let go of. I'm really interested in if you have any stories yourself of things that once you started your mind-body healing journey, you had no idea of these unconscious processes going on in the background. And then you did, and you were able to let them go. If you've got any stories like that, I would really love to hear them. Thank you so much for your time and listening. Bye-bye.